Welcome back to the channel where the art is always random and so am I. Today's video is a drawing of my friend Alex as an anime character. And just letting you know, Alex sucks at Call of Duty. And just the more you know. But you'll also learn today how to draw anime characters. You won't actually learn how to draw them step by step, but what you'll need to get started, which I believe is more important than actually learning how to draw them. The reason is I'm doing it this way is because you might actually see me doing it and try it yourself, but if you don't have the right equipment, it will make it harder for you down the line. Like this, for example, this was my first time drawing an anime person, well, a person into an anime character, so I learned a lot. Was I prepared? No, but I worked around it and got it done. And as always, something new to learn, and thanks to Miguel for suggesting what paper is good for anime characters a few weeks ago. So, let's get started. First of all, I'm not sure what arts and crafts stores you might have near you, such as maybe Joann Fabrics, Michaels. AC Moore was still in business till they got bought out by Michael, and I don't know if the stores are still open in your area. And yeah, you might want to go there and buy something small. The reason you want to go and buy a basic, I don't know, maybe like a small $5 sketchbook that's on sale, is after your purchase, they normally give you coupons for a specific date, like let's say December 21st to the 30th or whatever. You might go there and then get an item cheaper than it normally is. I never use the coupon from there, not because I'm too proud of it, more like everything I bought is already on sale when I go there, so they only do it for non-sale items as far as I know. But that's just something that might save you a few dollars from here and there. And yeah, just see if it saves you some money. But my favorite place is Amazon. I buy mostly everything from there because it's just very convenient. You might find it $1 or $2 cheaper somewhere else, but the convenience factor outdoes everything else. Why go to the store and waste an hour and a half going there and getting back and finding no parking? Because I live in the city and there's never parking, when I could just order it, get it a day or two later, and everything's fine. But some items are very expensive, so I try to go to the store for them. So yeah, take that into consideration. Amazon is very convenient, but it might be a little bit more expensive depending on where you get it. And now that you know where you could possibly get some items to draw, now you need to know, well, what actual things you need to buy. I'm just gonna go upstairs real quick and record the supplies you need in a quick clip. That way you'll see everything and then I'll talk about it. Hold up. And now that I'm done recording that, so the list of all these things will be in the comment section down below, and if you have any questions, let me know. Alright, so first of all, you need good paper. Good paper for everyday use is Strathmore paper, and it comes in 20 sheets and available almost every single art store as far as I know, because all the different ones that I've ever gone to always had it in stock. It's, as you could tell later on in the clip, it's yellow paper and it says Strathmore Bristol on it. There's different variations of Bristol. There's also one that comes in white. So if you find the one in white, maybe try it out. I'm pretty sure it should work the same, just a little bit more texture. I don't know, I just draw. And for this video, I didn't actually use that paper, but I used illustration board. I suggest that not for beginners because it's a lot more expensive, it costs a lot more money. So I suggest you start off with like a little bit more basic and then move your way up from there so it saves you some money in case you mess up. Like I said, I never actually used it for anime, but I did use it for marker drawings when I first started drawing on paper with markers. I drew a wrestler, Eric Young, and I'll try to find the picture of it and post it somewhere around here. So yeah, Strathmore tone paper is also very good, but the problem is when you use markers on it, you can use outline markers, of course, but when you use Copic markers or any other type of sketching marker, it bleeds inside the paper and it's pretty hard to make the color stand out. So what you could do is use the marker over it as one layer, you don't get as many little white spots, and then you color it on top of it with colored pencil to balance it all out. That's one suggestion, because if you actually just color on the paper with marker, it bleeds through it like I said, and it's just not going to look very vibrant. And then I'll go into outlining it. Microns versus Copics. I personally use Copic markers because I feel like they are better quality, but Microns do come in larger sets and a better price, so take that into mind. Do you want the super good quality, or do you want decent quality but a lot more variety to practice and actually get started? I suggest the Microns personally because, well, you are getting started. You don't want to spend so much crazy, ridiculous amount of money on just a few pens when you get the cheaper ones more and then you get to practice. This way you'll see what size make a difference, because it really does. The thicker the line, the easier it is personally for me to draw with it, but the more darker it gets for small areas. And you also don't want to combine different markers, because then the outlines will look odd. So you try to find the perfect balance for yourself and what you personally believe will get you the better lines and the better results. So take that into consideration. The way you get a feel of each nib will decide what size marker you want to use. And for future reference, never ever use Sharpie. Unless it's like a specific outline Sharpie, but for the most part, everybody who starts drawing anime outlines everything in Sharpie. No, and also never color with Sharpies because they are horrible for coloring. They might be fun for just messing around and doodling, but you never want to do actual anything with Sharpies. So just letting you know. So now that we got the paper out the way, the microns out the way, let's talk about how actually coloring it makes a difference. There's two different options that you have. As far as I know, these are the best options and really expensive, but definitely worth the money. Because if you cheap out on cheap markers, then they'll just bleed through and won't blend or look as nice as these do. But for the beginners, I also have, a side thing you could do. So first of all, Copic markers. Copic markers are the ones professional artists use for the most part, from the Naruto to One Piece to whatever you could think of. Most of them use these markers because they're very good and quick to use. The problem with it is they're really expensive. It's probably $7 to $8 for one, and a pack could be like $30 or $40 for just 12 of them, which is crazy. So even in a bundle, they're still really expensive. So what can you do if you can't really afford them? Well, there's the alternative, colored pencils. The problem with colored pencils is two things. One of them, it takes forever, and two of them, it takes forever, and four of them, it takes forever, and 10 of them, it takes forever. So you get the point. It takes forever to get it done because you have to continuously go over the same spots over and over to blend them nice. But it does save you a lot of money because with $50, you could find a 72 pack of colored pencils versus Copic markers, which are like, I think it was like somewhere crazy along the lines of like $30 for like 10 of them or something like that. And it was on sale. I don't know. I have to check Amazon again. But the thing is this. You should consider doing the coupon thing for these Prismacolors at an art store. You go in, you buy something small, then they usually give you the receipt, like I said. That way you save a lot of money on the Prismacolors. So that way you get a 72 set. You don't want to go more, you don't want to go less. 72 is a perfect amount because if you get 150 set, there's no point. A lot of them are just like light green one, light green, lighter green, the lightest green, but you don't really need all of them. You could potentially make something similar with just blending colors. So I suggest you do that. A 72 set of Prismas is the perfect set. It might cost a good amount of money, but trust me, they will last a really long time. The problem is, if you drop them, then you basically completely ruined it and there's no going back, so do not drop them. Keep them safe. And yeah, that's basically it, all I have to say. Copic markers, pretty good choice. The problem is that they're really expensive. And it's pretty hard finding what anime colors are good to use. I guess you could Google that. But I usually just use whatever random ones I can find. But also another thing I recommend is buying a sketchbook. If you buy a sketchbook, just use it for outlining stuff. Don't take it too seriously. Use it to mess around. Maybe draw a random shape and then practice. Well, draw a random shape with pencil. Then outline it with a Copic or Micron. Then color it in with a colored pencil or Prismacolor, whatever you decide to use. So basically use it for that, practice, don't take it serious. And that's basically all I had to say. This might not make sense. It was recorded at 7 in the morning and I only slept 3 hours. So hopefully it makes sense. Like I said it for like 4 times, but hopefully it does. If you have any questions, because this probably didn't make sense, once again I said it, then comment down below and let me know. And thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Oh, and also Alex Diaz also sucks at Fortnite, just letting you know. And so does Carlos.